The strange sound of jazz music pulled me out of sleep. Wait, since when did my alarm sound like that? I groggily tried to get up but ended up rolling straight off the bed. Luckily, there was a cushion on the floor to catch me. Then I noticed a note beside me.
Soft landing. You were exhausted last night, so I changed your alarm to something gentler to keep you from getting a shock. Dad.
Oh, right. I had partied way too hard last night. My phone was probably dead by now. But when I looked over, I saw it was already plugged in, charging. And, of course, another note was sitting beside it.
Figured you'd forget, so I charged it for you. Dad.
I headed downstairs, planning to make myself some coffee to wake up, but just as I reached for the coffee jar, I heard a familiar voice.
Already made you some coffee. And remember, go easy on the sugar.
Jeez Louise, how do you always know what I'm about to do?
Because I'm Mr. 2 steps ahead, obviously.
Hey everyone, I'm Mia, 16 years old, and this is my amazing dad. As you can see, he takes care of me way too much. Does anyone else have a dad that spoils them as much as mine? Drop a comment below and let me know. My dad is a tech billionaire. My mom passed away when I was little, so dad's been both my mom and dad ever since. Sometimes I feel like he knows me better than I know myself. And the craziest part, he's always 2 steps ahead. Like when he got me a fleet of supercars to celebrate 1 year of having my driver's license. Now I have the struggle of picking which one to drive each day. Or the time he filled a whole room with Barbie dolls to celebrate the day I finally stopped spitting out my veggies at dinner. Basically, I don't have to lift a finger, and all my friends are super jealous. Hey, you've missed so many classes lately. Are you sure you're gonna be okay for the exams? Oh, don't worry. My dad hired a private tutor and bought me a ton of vitamins. I'll be fine. Hey, think your dad would adopt me? I'll be on my best behavior. But honestly, sometimes his 2 steps ahead thing gets a bit much. Like last Christmas, I secretly spent an entire month picking out the perfect gift for him. I found a jacket I knew he'd love and was sure I'd surprise him. Just as I was about to give it to him, he was so excited.
This one, right? I knew it, so I bought us matching ones.
And that's how life goes with my knows everything dad. Until one day, it was pouring rain and the schoolyard was flooded. I was juggling my bucks when I slipped into a huge puddle and fell flat on the ground. Just then, a tall figure appeared and scooped me up without saying a word. Wait a sec, could this guy be part of Dad's 2 steps ahead plan too?
You're drooling all over the place. That's gross.
Okay, I could officially rule him out of any dad plan, but something about his rudeness sparked my curiosity. His name was Ethan, a guy who couldn't care less about anything. For days, I ran into him, but he ignored me. Until one day, we got paired up for a chemistry project. Fate, right? Except he didn't show up until an hour later, leaving me to work alone. Finally, when did he show up?
Hey, you're my partner?
Yeah, but I've already done most of the work.
Here, this part needs fixing. Hand it over.
Wow, I thought this guy didn't care about school at all. But turns out he was even better at it than me. So this is what people mean by the charm of hard work? And man, he really was good looking.
What are you staring at? Help me with this part.
In the end, our project came first in class. I turned to give him a high five, but he'd already walked off, leaving me looking ridiculous. We got paired for more projects, and the more I got to know him, the funnier and more caring he seemed.
What, you want some gum? Here, take one.
I held on to that piece of gum like it was treasure, not even wanting to eat it. By the time I got home, I was floating on cloud 9. And of course, Dad wasn't going to miss a single thing.
You're acting kinda weird, huh?
No, nothing weird going on here.
Got a crush, don't you?
What? No! Dad, you're being ridiculous. But I couldn't deny it. There was something about Ethan that made my heart race. We started texting, getting to know each other better, and I found myself excited for school every day just to see him. Which outfit should I wear?
The dress! 80% of guys love a sweet dress like that.
Ugh, Dad, stop it! There are no guys here. Jeez. I lied to Dad, saying I'd stay late to study with friends, but I was really meeting Ethan. Dad agreed, but his text seemed odd. Oh well, he didn't say anything else. We went to a riverside, and the atmosphere felt peaceful. Just as I gathered the courage to confess, Ethan beat me to it.
I like you. Let's date.
My heart stopped. I tried to hug him but tripped and face planted again. He helped me home. So, when did you start liking me?
Since the day you face planted in that puddle.
Wait, the first time we met? Then why did you pretend not to notice me after that?
Well, that's just how it went.
We laughed and talked until I suddenly remembered if Dad found out, he'd go full 2 steps ahead and make everything complicated. I hurried Ethan away, but just as we got to the gate, Dad was waiting.
Welcome home. I figured you'd get around this time, so I came to greet you. And who's this?
We're, friends. Friends. That night, Dad pulled me aside for a talk.
Mia, that boy's no good. My detectives found out he's trouble, always skipping class and...
Dad, you're late this time. Everyone already knows that stuff.
And his family situation isn't stable either. His dad's in jail and his mom...
Maybe you should retrain your detectives and update me with something new. Thanks to him, we got the highest grade in class. You're not stopping me from hanging out with him, are you?
No. Of course not.
The next weekend, Ethan and I went to watch A Gentle Touch of the Heart, a movie I'd been dying to see since they dropped the trailer last year. But when we got there, the staff sighed and said, "I've got good news and bad news. Which one would you like to hear first?" Hit me with the bad news. The bad news is someone rented out the entire theater tonight.
So, what's the good news?
He changed his mind and just returned 2 tickets. But once we got inside, we realized the 2 seats were several rows apart. Things got kinda awkward. I tried to focus on the movie, but we ended up texting each other the whole time.
Pretty far, huh?
Yeah, super far. Every now and then I'd turn to sneak a glance at him, and he'd be looking at me too. Honestly, that was enough to make me happy. Then suddenly, Ethan came over to my seat.
Let's go.
Wait, what? Where? The movie's not even over yet.
As if you've been paying attention anyway.
Well... Just then, I got a text from Dad.
Enjoying the movie? I knew how much you loved it, so I rented out the theater just for you two. Thoughtful, right?
I couldn't believe what I was reading. I ignored the message and asked Ethan to take me to my favorite ice cream shop instead, dreaming of some sweet chocolate to calm myself down. But...
I'm sorry, someone just bought out all the flavors. Only durian is left.
What's wrong? Not a fan of durian?
Ugh, I can't even stand the smell. Nobody wants durian. That's why it's the only flavor left.
Well, that's a bummer. How about this? If you can throw this rock into the trash can, I'll do your homework. If you miss, you eat 1 spoonful of durian.
The competitor in me flared up and I took the shot. And I missed. Ethan was clearly enjoying my defeat. I squeezed my eyes shut, plugged my nose, and let him feed me with a spoonful of durian ice cream. And it was surprisingly good. Before I knew it, I'd eaten the whole cup while Ethan cheered me on.
What? You made my daughter eat durian? Oh hey, Mr. Tech Genius! Do you like ice cream too? Don't tell me you're the one who bought out the whole shop.
But that wasn't even the last of it. Another day while we were at a restaurant, the waiter came over and said that the table next to us had sent over a special dish for us. Something felt fishy, but before I could stop him, Ethan had already taken a bite. His face immediately turned beet red.
Ah! It's so spicy!
Wait, Dad? Is that you?
Is that your dad? Well then. Hey, could you send the same dish over to that table, please?
Ethan personally took the spicy dish over to Dad's table.
You've gotta eat it now, or you'll disappoint both me and me.
But of course, Dad wasn't one to back down. He took a massive bite and his face turned bright red too.
I totally expected this, which is why I brought milk.
This was too much. I quickly excused myself from Ethan and dragged Dad outside for a talk. Dad, can you stop interfering with my life?
What do you mean?
I hate how you act like you know everything. And I really don't like how you're always so proud of being 2 steps ahead. Do you even know how many times that's totally ruined the mood for me?
I didn't realize.
When I was getting that gift ready for you, even if you knew what it was, you could have just pretended not to. Instead, you had to flat out say you knew, making me feel like all my effort was for nothing. Now it's happening with my relationship too. Can you just leave me alone for once? And with that, I packed my things and moved out, only to find Dad had secretly slipped some money into my suitcase at some point. Life on my own wasn't easy. I barely knew how to cook, but Ethan always helped.
I think you were a bit impulsive. Maybe you should just go back home. Your dad's a little quirky, but he means well.
I don't know. It'd be weird just to go back now. No longer the rich girl with endless shopping trips, I found a new hobby after school: baking. There's something special about making my own treats. Something I never did when everything was just handed to me. I loved spending so much time with Ethan, but there was still this part of me that missed Dad. And now I realize just how good Dad was at planning ahead, always being prepared, while I was just stumbling through everything at the last second. A month passed, then two. One day after school, the housekeeper came rushing in with bad news.
Your dad has been missing for a few days now. Normally, he'd let us know if he went on a trip, but today, nothing. He seemed really down and even told us not to look for him.
I couldn't hold back the tears. Was it my fault? Did Dad leave because of me? I hurried back home to search for clues and thought about the places Dad used to go. In his office, I found a receipt from a cafe near the Central Park.
Your dad might be there.
We drove straight there, but when we arrived, there was no sign of him. I tried to stay calm. My gut told me that he had moved on from here. The route would lead to the city library, of course. We rushed to the library, but again, no Dad. Then I noticed a book lying open on a table. It was about sculpture art, and inside was Dad's business card. He'd definitely been here recently. I racked my brain and remembered Dad had once mentioned a sculpture exhibit at a gallery, a place he'd often go to escape the pressure of work. The art gallery! Find one nearby! Quick! On the way, I started to realize how much Dad had always cared for me, down to every little detail. And me? I'd never even taken the time to notice what he liked until now. I felt awful. We burst into the gallery, and finally there he was, sitting there, staring at a statue. I ran over and hugged him tightly. I finally caught up with you, Dad.
I thought you wouldn't bother. I once invited you here, but you were too busy going on a date.
Then Dad told me everything. My mom had been in a critical condition when she gave birth to me. The doctor said they could only save one of us, and Dad was so overwhelmed that he left the decision to them. After Mom's death, he blamed himself for being careless and had since planned ahead for everything, trying to make up for the loss by taking care of me in every way possible. I'm so sorry, Dad. I've been so clueless.
No, I'm sorry too. But honestly, I've been watching you this whole time, and you've grown up more than I realized. That boy, he seems all right. You're Ethan, right? Can I trust you to take care of Mia now?
Yeah, of course. I'm serious about Mia.
Time passed and I moved back home with Dad. I've been working on my baking skills, thinking about starting a small online bakery.
What's this? My little princess selling baked goods now?
Wait, how did you know I was planning to open a shop?
I always know.
But don't tell me you've already set up the place and done all the prep work for me.
No, I've learned. It's not about always being 2 steps ahead. It's about understanding you.
How about that, Harper? Nailed your birthday gift, didn't I? Zelda, you're too cool. We nearly bought out the whole mall. I've never had so much ice cream. Thanks a ton. No biggie. You're my best friend after all. Zelda, I think I ate too much ice cream. Oh no, it's coming fast. Over there, hurry up. Oh no, disaster. There's no toilet paper, help. Oh no, this is too stiff. Here, want to use this for now?
Oh, please ignore my silly childhood antics. I was just 12 then and had no clue what to do with my huge allowance. Hey MDA audience, I'm Zelda, 18 years old, one of the richest heiresses you'll ever meet. My family owns a famous chain of 3-star Michelin restaurants and we gained billions from it. We have about 15 mansions spread across the country for managing our restaurant chain. Dad even had to buy a private jet for traveling between our houses. It's a bit annoying since I often forget my favorite pillow at our Ohio mansion, while I prefer sleeping at the Florida one for its soothing sea breeze. Gosh. But I'm fine with being rich. I guess God has always favored me since birth. Until my life turned upside down at 18. One evening, I went with my parents to our restaurant to review the menu as usual. This pan-seared salmon pizza is okay. Oh, French-style steak? Not really my taste, but not bad.
Oh, my hard-to-please food critic daughter. How about trying your hand in the kitchen and tweaking the dishes to your taste?
Huh? You're joking, right? That's the chef's job. Before becoming wealthy, my dad was a renowned chef. I always avoided his attempts to pass on his culinary skills because, of course, we could hire hundreds of chefs for cooking. Putting me in the kitchen was a huge mistake.
It's worrisome, ma'am. I started her with something simple like peeling carrots, but she turned this into this. Her salad is too vinegary, the steak is bitter and chewy like rubber. She even dumped a bag of sugar into the mashed potatoes instead of salt because...
They're both just white powdery stuff, right?
Ma'am, I don't think she can become a chef. And perhaps she doesn't want to.
That's Aubrey, one of the best chefs in our restaurant chain, whom my parents trusted to teach me cooking. Ugh, he's too strict. I was just... Wait, what's that burning smell? I immediately realized my fatal mistake. I had forgotten to turn off the gas stove! What now? Water to put it out? Oh no! Help me! Luckily, Dad came just in time. But the kitchen was wrecked, and some remaining customers panicked and fled the restaurant. Oh God, I've made a huge mess.
Maybe she needs to experience living independently to realize her capabilities. What do you think about pretending our family's bankrupt and...
Seriously, Mom? I know I ruined a kitchen and can't cook. I'm sorry for that. But you're going to deceive me because of it?
Zelda, we can't coddle and care for you forever. You won't be able to take over our restaurant chain like this.
Then I won't take over the restaurant chain, okay?
You think that's acceptable? Who else could we trust it to?
I don't know. Find someone else. Gosh, this is too much pressure for me.
Disappointing. I've decided from today all your financial support will be cut off, including living expenses, allowance, everything. You'll have to learn to fend for yourself.
What? No, Mom, you can't do that! But my mom did. She locked all my credit cards, left some cash in a suitcase, and kicked me out ruthlessly. I had to move to an old house my parents used to live in when they first married, while we have 15 mansions! Unbelievable! I spent days crying in that dusty old house. No servants, no chefs. Life was like hell! Just one house cleaning wiped out half the money you gave me. What am I supposed to do now?
That's your problem. Get a part-time job.
God, I never imagined I'd be in this situation. Starving, I left the house late at night. A tiny Japanese restaurant on the corner caught my eye. Oh my, their sushi totally knocked me off my feet. I've tasted all sorts of culinary delights, but somehow this simple dish was extraordinarily delicious. Your sushi is amazing! It's late, but the fish is still fresh and everything comes together perfectly. I'll definitely bring more people here.
Wow, thanks a lot. But I'd need to hire more staff before that. I'm already overwhelmed working alone.
Wait, what? This is just the opportunity I need. So what about me? I started learning the ropes at the Japanese eatery right away. Asahi, the owner and the only staff, is a sweet and attentive Japanese guy, and so skilled. He came to California at 18 to start his own business. Initially, it was tough as I knew nothing about sushi, but Asahi was always patient with me. A huge change from Chef Aubrey, who was always grumpy and nitpicky about every little thing. As I grew more comfortable, cooking became fun.
Yes, that's right. You're slicing the carrots beautifully.
Thanks. Ouch!
Are you okay? Let me...
There it goes again. My face flushes and my heart races every time Asahi touches me. Gosh, have I fallen for him? I assisted Asahi during peak hours. Though my cooking skills were limited, I was happy to feel more useful. I was about to receive my first ever paycheck.
What is this? A choke hazard? This piece of fish is rotten! Typical of a no-name, low-quality place. Compensate me now!
I assure you, that's impossible. We get fresh fish every morning and… Oh my God! Harper? Is that you? It was Harper, my dear old friend whom I hadn't seen in years. I was about to burst with happiness until I realized she seemed so different.
Oh, is that rich girl Zelda? You look so different I hardly recognized you. Be more careful with your work.
Please, stay calm. We'll compensate if there's any issue, but you seem fine for now.
I was shocked. Harper had changed completely. I thought she'd be thrilled to see me again. Luckily, Asahi saw through her unreasonable behavior and didn't blame me. After receiving my first paycheck, I excitedly planned to call my parents, hoping they'd let me come home. Then…
Zelda, darling, we've lost everything.
What? Mom, what kind of joke is that? Then, only my mom's crying was left on the phone. The sky seemed to crash down on me. Aubrey, the talented chef my dad always trusted, had betrayed him to take over the restaurant chain, plunging my father into debt. Our family's hard work was stolen, and my dad was comatose in the hospital after the shock. Could things get any worse? All 15 of our family's mansions had to be sold to cover the debts. I moved Mom into the old dusty house with me, and like me on my first day, she cried a lot. I had no choice but to work super hard. My family's fate depended on me. I couldn't give up.
I got it. I'm coming.
Everything lately's been crazy. Before Mom cut me off and kicked me out, my parents planned to pretend to be bankrupt just to teach me a lesson for not taking over the restaurant chain. Now it's all gone.
But the future's not set in stone. You can totally build your own restaurant chain. If you do that, your parents would be 100 times happier. That was my dream when I came here alone at 18.
Can I really do that?
Of course. Hey, Zelda. You're now one of the 2 main chefs at one of America's hottest sushi spots. You've changed so much. But first, don't push yourself too hard, Zelda. I'm always here when you need help.
I cleaned up the kitchen in our old house and spent days and nights practicing cooking to improve my skills. Yes, I couldn't let those down who believed in me. I had to try harder. On slower days at the restaurant, I worked with Asahi to create new sushi recipes.
Not quite there. Try again. Remember to roll tightly with just the right amount of pressure. Like this.
Oh, I'm about to explode! Asahi is so warm, smells nice, and is so fit. At that moment, everything around us seemed to fade away, leaving just the 2 of us. And we shared a kiss. Before I knew it, I was ready to confidently enter an upcoming national chef competition. Winning this could mean a new start for me and my parents. But I never expected that Aubrey, the scoundrel, would be one of the judges. Fine. It's a chance to prove to him how wrong he was to underestimate me. I breezed through the initial rounds of the competition. Just as my dish was announced as the top at the finals, the organizers paused the event before I could even celebrate.
Hi, I'm a reporter from the New York Times. We have information that this contestant stole the pan-seared salmon with passion fruit sauce recipe from Judge Aubrey here. She was a student before, right?
Damn it! Harper again? What does she want from me now?
True, but it's hard to say I learned anything from him except for deceit and betrayal. I assure you, my recipe is unique, not copied or stolen from anyone. Can you prove that?
I'll taste the dish made with both recipes, mine and Mr. Aubrey's, and point out the clear differences. Challenging me? One taste and I could highlight the differences in seasonings and preparation methods. Mr. Aubrey's frying oil still has a fishy taste because he didn't use garlic while searing. Oh, and he's missing a key ingredient to balance the sweet, sour, and salty flavors. Honey. Please, taste for yourselves. The other judges were completely convinced by my skills, even admitting they preferred my recipe. Obviously. Turns out Aubrey was Harper's father. Back when Harper and I were close, he had lost to my dad in a chef competition and had fell on hard times. My dad generously hired him as a head chef in our restaurant chain. Yet all they repaid us with was betrayal. Thankfully, Dad finally woke up from his long coma.
My talented daughter. I'm so proud of you. And I'm curious, which super chef managed to train such a stubborn girl like you?
That super chef is here to visit you, Dad. What do you think about hiring him as your future son?
Hey there, I'm Harper from a quaint little town in Venezuela. Before diving into my story, take a second to like and subscribe to MDA. I grew up with my loving single dad who always put me first. Dad worked his butt off in the past, and now we live comfortably in a huge mansion. Unlike other millionaire dads, he always makes time for me.
Money isn't everything to me. You are.
My mom died in an accident when I was 5, while Dad was on a business trip. Since then, he realized that no amount of money or power could replace family love. But as Dad got richer and stayed single, I grew more worried about the gold diggers circling around him. They all wanted to be my stepmom and lay their hands on Dad's massive fortune. I did my job well until I turned 17. Us girls were huddled up, gossiping about the guys in the school's basketball team when the bell rang. Swear! I accidentally brushed against his muscles. Bet they're like the rocks.
Oh, come on. Cute is enough.
Ladies, boys are always a hot topic, but it's time for class. A new teacher, huh? All right, Miss Smith quit to marry some rich guy, and our new homeroom teacher is, what's her name again? Blair Reynolds. You can call me Miss Blair. Not married, huh? Wow, she shines in that smart outfit, showing off her perfect figure. Look at her hair. Must be meticulously cared for. Her jewelry and purse are all luxury items. Hey Harper, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
A snobby teacher, huh?
True to form, she could spend a whole period talking about her hair or how much her nails cost. But the boys in class were smitten, even nicknaming her Blair the Angel. One day, I bet my best friend that Miss Blair would bring 2 outfits to school in one morning. Only one way to find out. We're just pulling a little prank. Nothing harmful. As usual, Miss Blair walks in gracefully and settles into her chair. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Who did this? My $1,000 outfit! We froze as the whole class turned to look at us. Uh-oh. Miss Blair freaked out and called our parents. See, I told you she'd bring 2 outfits for just one morning. But that's not important anymore. Clara's parents didn't show, but my dad did. I was shaking like a leaf. I was sure I'd be grounded for life. Harper, you're usually a good student, but this time you went too far. But you weren't even hurt. Don't test my patience, Harper. Sir, I'm so sorry about your daughters. But my dad wasn't listening anymore. His eyes were glued to Miss Blair. I'd never seen him so spaced out. After taking the report card from Miss Blair, Dad walked out, like he was floating on cloud 9. No, anyone but her! After school that day, I saw a bunch of scary-looking guys across the street. Wonder which bad egg from our school is mixed up with those thugs. No idea. Not our business. Let's go. Before we could sneak away, a big burly guy stopped us. Hello, can we help you?
Hey, no Blair Reynolds?
We looked at each other, obviously knowing who he was talking about.
Tell her to pay up quick if she's smart, or don't blame us for what happens.
So it was clear, Miss Blair was no angel. The next day, Dad came home looking really happy. But he brought Miss Blair with him and introduced her as
My girlfriend.
This was the first time my dad ever brought another woman home, and it made me mad. In the very house my mom used to live? No way! Plus, Miss Blair wasn't a good person. I had to find a way to open Dad's eyes. I took Dad's phone to send some random texts to her and then deleted all traces. Miss Blair got mad at Dad the next day, but when Dad showered her with gifts, she was all smiles again. Such a blatant gold digger. One day, I caught Blair doing something suspicious in our kitchen. I yelled and was about to drag her out of the house when Dad showed up.
Blair was just making some snacks for me, sweetheart.
Who knows if she planned to put laxatives in them so she could sneak into Dad's room and clean out the safe. But I just thought of another way to scare her off. Let me do it. Doesn't Dad love the pancakes I make? Dad happily agreed while Miss Blair looked uneasy. Don't worry, I won't poison them for sure. But for her plate, I specially used olive oil instead of honey. She'd pay for trying to ruin my family. We sat down and started a pleasant conversation. Blair ate 1 bite, 2 bites, and didn't show any weird reaction. How could this be? How is it, Dad?
Delicious. Harper's pancakes are always great.
Mom taught me when I was little. How do you find them, Miss Blair? Oh, great. She almost finished her plate, to the point where I even cringed. Do pancakes actually go with olive oil? Ew, gross. Her endurance is impressive. Oh, Miss Blair, you have such beautiful hands. They must be soft. Then I pretended to wince so Dad could see. I guess I've been studying too hard. My back and legs hurt. Wish someone could massage them. Blair quickly fell for my trap. No wonder my dad was so into her. Dad even gave her a diamond ring. At the end of the day when Blair had left, I saw Dad deep in thought, counting money in the safe. Was he robbed? All my suspicions fell on Blair. She owed a huge debt to some shady guys and everything was too clear. But Dad would never believe me without proof. After school the next day, I snuck into the trunk of Miss Blair's car. I had to get some evidence against her before Dad. When the car stopped, I peeked outside. Wow, that was a big, seemingly wealthy house. Had I misunderstood her? She didn't seem short on cash. But just a few minutes later, a young, handsome man approached the front door. Why are you so late? I've been waiting for you.
Let's go inside. I've missed you.
Jesus! Besides my dad, she's seeing someone else. Gotta take pictures as evidence. I sneaked out and circled to the back of the house, where I could catch Blair and the man laughing joyfully with a little boy. Oh my, she even has a kid? But in my panic, I dropped my phone inside. No choice, I had to jump through the window to retrieve it. This mission was getting tricky. The sound of approaching footsteps scared me, so I ran upstairs and into a random room. Geez, looks like I'm in Blair's bedroom. Her expensive clothes and handbags filled an entire closet. Did her husband and child know about her dirty deeds? I crawled under the bed and waited for them to come into the room. But no, it was just Blair. She sat at the desk, opened her laptop, and stayed there until it was dark. I had to wait for her to fall asleep before I could sneak out. My phone was dead too. My stomach was growling terribly, and I was tired. Was she planning to work all night? Luckily, around midnight, she turned off the lights and went to bed. I waited for her steady breathing before daring to creep out the same way I came in.
Are you sure this is her house? Absolutely, boss. There's her car. The house and the car are enough to cover the debt. She's so stubborn.
It was them again. This time they found Blair's house. Karma exists. The wicked always get punished. But as I was about to leave, something didn't add up. If Blair stole a huge amount of money from my dad to pay them off, why were they still after her? As the two thugs pried open the front door, I panicked, not knowing whether to call the police or not, and my phone was dead. I rushed in through the same way, went upstairs to Blair's room, and woke her up with all my might. Blair, wake up! They're here for you! Blair was horrified to see me, her eyes wide and mouth agape. No time for shock. Danger was imminent. Right then, the two thugs burst in. I was shaking and helplessly raised my fists. To my astonishment, Blair took them down in a flash. Just a few swift moves, and the two thugs were sprawled on the ground. Now I was the one with my mouth hanging open. The police arrived shortly after, along with my dad, the young man, and the little boy. It turned out to be a long story. This is my brother and nephew. His wife left them with a huge debt. My dad had offered Blair money to help her family, but she had refused. That made me feel even more guilty. But then, what about the missing money in the safe? I saw Dad looking worried. After a moment of confusion, Dad admitted that he had given me the money to buy a new handbag. We had both forgotten about the expense. Jeez, it was all because of me.
Harper, I haven't asked you yet. Where were you? I called you hundreds of times.
Dad, I'm sorry.
You're grounded. 1 week. No, 1 month.
I couldn't say a word. I knew I had to pay for my actions. The girl, she saved me. If it wasn't for her waking me up, something terrible could have happened. After that, no one mentioned what happened that night anymore. Blair never asked why I was there. I guess she knew everything. Knew I had suspected her for being a gold digger. There's one thing I've never said out loud. The moment Blair protected me reminded me of my mom. She used to shield me like that when I was little. Maybe it's time for me to be more open-minded. Turns out, Blair is actually a kind-hearted person, just a bit more flamboyant than others. It took me 2 hours to do this hairstyle. What do you think? Right now, Blair is still just my teacher. My dad and she haven't gotten together yet. Don't get me wrong, I'm not stopping them anymore. My dad can love whoever he wants, as long as he's happy.
Hey there, I'm Lindsay from Los Angeles. Life's pretty epic with just me and my grandma, who's basically the queen of my world. By 15, I nailed it into one of the city's most prestigious high schools. Everything went topsy-turvy on my first day back after spring break. Crap, I'm gonna be late! I was blitzing on my bike, but as I tried to stop, something got in the way and bam! I was airborne. Ah! I crash landed right on top of Noah, possibly the hottest, classiest guy in the universe. And now here he is, inches away. Is he gonna kiss me? Huh? His face is going pale like he's seen a ghost. What the heck? Am I that scary? Or, no way, I did brush my teeth and had my hair all nice and pretty.
Oh my gosh, look at the poor girl. Bet she's never even been kissed.
First kiss, huh? Oh, yeah. No princess nabbed this cutie princess's first kiss yet. All right. I'm gonna make sure I get a real sweet first kiss before I turn 17. Later that day, trudging home with a busted bike from the morning's crash, I stepped in dog poop. Oh, could this day get any worse? Oh, my poor baby. Who's the irresponsible owner? I looked around and spotted the culprit. The dude, the dog walker, not too far off. Seriously? You couldn't clean up after your dog? And you're just standing there like nothing's wrong. I froze as he turned around. He was kind of hot, but also familiar?
It's just a tiny bit of poop. Wash your shoe and it's all good.
Just wash it off? You've just ruined its flawless complexion.
Wasn't it your fault for not watching where you were stepping?
I was so close to decking him right there. Do I look like I'm joking around? But he just shrugged and disappeared. Why is everyone so annoying today? Back home, I was wallowing in bed, wondering how I'm supposed to get that first kiss if I don't even have a boyfriend. Noah's out of reach, and the other guys? Ugh, just lame. That's when I noticed the light on in the next door bedroom. Has he come back after nearly 10 years? Mike and I were tight since we were kids. He was a couple of years older, a chubby but adorable kid. Super sweet.
This is for you, Lindsay. My mom says all women in the world deserve to be cherished.
I had the biggest crush on him and even dreamed we'd get married someday. But then he had to move away with his parents and we lost touch. And now he's back. Curious about how he looks now. Still the cuddly bear, maybe? But then out steps this hunk. Oh, mamma mia, that body has me nosebleeding. Mike changed that much? What the? I was stunned, realizing who he was. The dog walker from the morning! It's you! Instead of responding, he just flashed a pervert sign and shut the blinds. Only then did I realize how mortifying my gawking must have been. No wonder why I found him familiar. Later, taking out the trash, there was Mike, also with his trash. Utterly rattled by his scary hot looks, I stammered. Look at you. Puberty did you right. Guess miracles do happen.
Huh. So, why'd the miracle skip you?
Why's he gotta be so infuriating? Did Mike forget all our past? He shot me a frosty look and went back inside. A few days later, I was sipping on hot coffee at the cafe when I noticed a gaggle of giggly girls crowding around a guy. The world might as well have stopped spinning when I recognized his face. Mike. Again! I marched over and announced, "Excuse me, ladies, but this guy is just a negligent dog walker. He let his dog poop on the street without cleaning it up." I was all smug, ready for his embarrassment, but they just ignored me. No way. Duh, that's Mike. I know, he's a total mess. Wait, Mike? Like the hot new singer? The girls continued fawning over him while I was too stunned to speak.
First off, that's my dog, so I'm not some random dog walker. Secondly, one of my pups did its business unnoticed, leading you to step in it. I'll pay for those shoes, okay? How much do you want?
You think you could just throw money at the problem? Not happening.
Hey, wait up!
Ow!
Are you alright?
I can't. She looks really hurt. It was just an accident by Mike, right? Poor thing. Boo-hoo, I think I broke my ankle. I can't walk. I'm not gonna be paralyzed for life, am I?
I'm sorry, I
latched onto his neck and clung tight. Now he had to listen to me. I can see cameras over there. Your reputation would be shattered if... Mike scooped me up to the astonishment of everyone around, including me. To avoid exposing my lie, I played along with casting my beloved leg. Mike even agreed to come over daily to take care of me. Actually, it was a brilliant idea. Now I could easily get back at him for being so rude to me. Who would have thought a famous pop star would turn into my personal caretaker? One day, I asked Mike to cook me a beefsteak.
Here you go.
Oh, looks kinda raw, huh? I wanted it medium rare.
Okay, fine.
But when he turned his back, I decided to annoy him further. Oh, looks like it's overcooked now. What to do?
I'll make another one.
Oh, asparagus? Such a tragic fate for vegetables. And you cooked the steak with butter? You know I'm allergic to butter. Watching Mike about to explode was somewhat enjoyable. Your reputation. Reputation.
Fine. But just so you know, I can't be here tonight. I have a concert.
I kept assigning him the most tedious tasks, but he finished them in a blink. Not bad, but... Oh no, they're all mixed up! Can you sort them out for me before you leave?
I could buy you hundreds of new bags of beans.
No, these beans were planted by my grandma. They're precious. Mike picked beans until it was almost showtime. Seeing his exhausted look made me feel like a total brat. Alright, enough. I'll help you with the rest. Before I could say more, Mike was already out the door. Huh, my anger had subsided too. Weeks flew by and I was finally free from the cast, though Mike insisted on driving me to school. Wow, he's kinda sweet, isn't he? Just then, Noah spotted us, looking quite annoyed.
Is he your boyfriend?
No, definitely not. Oh, is Noah jealous? Mike stepped in and clarified.
I was just, used to be Lindsay's babysitter. But not anymore. Don't worry. Besides, she likes you, you know.
What? Why would he say that? But I can't deny, since then, Noah started getting closer. I knew it. Just throw in a rival and every guy feels the threat. Nobody can resist the charming Princess Lindsay. Noah and I talked more, had lunch together in the canteen, making the other girls green with envy. Soon I'll have that sweet first kiss with him. Awesome! On the evening of my 17th birthday, I personally prepared a lavish dinner for me and Noah at a fancy restaurant. I was so ready for my first kiss. The dinner went well. We ate and talked joyfully. When leaving the restaurant, I gathered all my courage to do it. I leaned towards Noah, my lips eager and awaiting. But just as I closed my eyes, he stepped to the side, leaving me floundering in midair. I ended up crashing into another male guest and almost kissed him. Unbelievable!
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I thought we could become a couple. I know I'm not your type, but why did you act so close to me then?
You're right. You're not my type.
You...
Because I don't like girls.
What? Noah just said he's gay? God, I bet this info would make most of the girls at school faint.
I haven't come out yet, so please keep this to yourself. But would it bother you to tell me more about that guy Mike? He's cute.
Huh?
Oh, no, I see. Alright, but be nice to him, okay? Otherwise, I might steal him from you.
That night on my way home, I was extremely sad. So I couldn't lose my first kiss before turning 17. Will Princess Lindsay become a sleeping beauty, never waking up until she receives the prince's kiss? I just broke down crying.
Are you sad on your birthday?
I looked up and saw Mike. He was holding a small slice of strawberry cake with a candle on it, looking goofy. Mike sat down next to me, offering the cake in front of me.
Hey, make a wish.
I closed my eyes and made a wish, though I knew it wouldn't likely come true.
So, what did you wish for?
Silly. Saying your wish out loud makes it lose its magic.
Then, why are you crying?
I've been trying so hard, trying to find someone right for me. But I've come to realize nobody can stand me. Mike stopped me with a kiss. It was sweet and I responded to that kiss. My heart raced and I bet my body temperature could fry an egg right then. When Mike released me, I laughed but tears fell. So, the wish came true. I had wished for my first kiss before my 17th birthday.
Silly. That wasn't your first kiss.
He reminded me of a story from over 10 years ago, when we were just adorable kids.
Maybe we should go back. I'm really scared.
There's nothing to be scared of. Look at me.
Right before Mike could even graze the doorbell, the door flew open. Mike, in a total flap, spun around to make a run for it while I was frozen solid with fear. And then wham! We crashed into each other face first. That's right. I've been crushing on him ever since that kiss. I almost forgot, but he still remembered?
Lindsay, I came back just to find you. The stubborn, lovely, and extremely beautiful girl.
Huh? And here I thought you'd gone and lost your memory. You know you're no match for me. That turned out to be the most unforgettable birthday night ever.
Hi there, my name is Anita. My twin brother Milo and I have been inseparable because our parents are always busy. So he's the one who takes care of me. But after today, everything is going to change. Milo has decided to attend a boarding school in the city to pursue his dream of joining NASA.
We're just a phone call away. I'll always be there when you call.
The day Milo left, I quietly watched the taxi take him away. We only talked on the phone for the first few days, then it became less frequent, and I knew something was wrong. Just as I was about to grab my backpack and go find him, Milo came back, and he didn't look as happy as he did when he left.
I'm not going back to school. I'm staying home now.
But why?
Because of the bullies in the dorm. They're terrifying.
At that moment, a notification popped up on his phone about his NASA scholarship, but even that didn't cheer him up.
I can't continue school anymore.
But if you drop out now, you'll lose everything. Determined more than ever, I came up with the idea of pretending to be him to handle the bullies and keep his scholarship until he could go back to school.
No way! Don't forget, it's a boys' dorm.
At first, Milo was strongly against my idea. I had to beg, saying I wanted to experience such a prestigious school, and if I encountered any trouble, I'd come back home immediately. I'll learn how to be a dude, don't worry. Piece of cake.
Don't forget the names Oliver and Perry. They're the devils.
I spent 3 days researching online how to act like a boy, preparing baggy clothes, t-shirts, jeans, and sneakers. I didn't forget to bind my chest and wear a wig. Now I look just like Milo. Even our parents wouldn't be able to tell us apart. I said goodbye to my brother and set off. On the first day of school, I tried to act super cool, whistling and winking at the girls in the hallway, but I couldn't avoid the annoyed looks from the other boys. Okay, time to dial it down. Nervousness made me suddenly need to pee, so I rushed into the bathroom and saw a bunch of girls taking selfies in front of the mirror. As soon as they saw me, they screamed. I remembered I was pretending to be Milo and should have gone to the boys' bathroom.
I'm sorry, wrong room. I got lost.
I ran to the boys' bathroom and was shocked by the smell. Toilet paper was everywhere and the mirror looked like someone had punched it. Yuck, no saving this place. After class, I headed back to the dorm, ready to face the ugly bullies, when a guy came up and put his arm around me. I jumped and pushed him away. I wasn't used to close contact with boys, you know.
Did you see the game last night, bro? Man, it was epic.
I awkwardly joined their conversation, trying to sound knowledgeable.
Oh yeah, when he nailed that soccer goal, I totally lost it, bro.
We're talking about baseball, not soccer.
Just as I was trying to come up with a lie, a voice from afar caught my attention.
Milo!
I turned around and saw two guys standing at the classroom door. A glow behind them made others step aside. Handsome and tall. Perfect was the word for them.
Weakling nerd. Carry your bags back to the dorm.
He shoved 2 bags into my hands. What the fudge? Why should I do that?
Forget the great Oliver already? I'm your worst nightmare. Don't forget Perry either. My fists do the talking.
He raised his fist in front of my face to intimidate me. So, it was them. I thought they'd be fat and ugly. Fine, they'd pay for what they did to Milo. The game was on. I agreed to carry their bags to the dorm because I was preparing a perfect plan. When I opened the door, I dropped everything in shock. It was like a giant city dump. Clothes, trash, apple core scattered all over the floor. Ugh, seriously? Boys are gross! I rolled up my sleeves and started cleaning. Nope, I only cleaned my area. Their trash, I threw all of it on their beds. Why not? I wasn't their maid, and they weren't kings. Milo said the best way to avoid getting punched was to obediently do their homework, but I wasn't about to do that. I'd add a little spice to make things more interesting. Mwahaha! Let's see who the real loser is in this game. I kicked back, feet up on the desk, as Oliver and Perry returned. They froze like statues when they saw their beds buried in trash.
What the heck is going on here?
Your mess, your problem.
Wait a minute, Milo? Are you kidding us?
Nope.
You weak nerd! Forgot my fist already?
Perry cracked his knuckles and lunged at me. I quickly stood up and pointed towards the door.
Hey, Mr. Thompson!
I tricked them and sprinted down the hallway. Perry's furious roar echoed behind me.
You're gonna pay for this, Milo!
I wandered outside until late in the evening. Passing by an old lady struggling to sell her last flower, I bought it. You can go home and rest now.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You too.
Nuh-uh, I couldn't. As I turned to leave, I tripped, sending the flower flying. When I got up, I saw it neatly placed in the hands of a strange girl, her cheeks blushing with happiness.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
I didn't know how to handle the situation when she suddenly jumped and hugged my arm.
You're so sweet. I'm Misha. I own a flower shop, but you're the first to give me flowers.
My jaw dropped when I realized I was standing in front of a large, gorgeous flower shop, and the owner was clinging to me.
Yes, I'll be your girlfriend.
I couldn't believe it. It was an accident. Help me. I had to come up with an excuse to escape from Misha and get back to the dorm. I hoped they were all asleep so I could shower in peace. But oh, mamma mia. What hit me is the sight of their half-naked bodies, wearing nothing but towels, showing off their muscular physiques. I had to cover my face before my nose bled. Seeing me, Perry rushed over to grab me, but this time Oliver stopped him.
The actual supervisor is coming. Go to bed, boys. Stop causing trouble.
As soon as Perry let go, I dashed into the bathroom and stayed put. I didn't feel safe with those guys outside. After a while, I heard Oliver convincing Perry to go out.
But I'm so sleepy, boss. Let's go.
Only when they left did I dare to shower. Phew! The next day, when Mr. Thompson walked into class, I heard Oliver let out a loud hiss. Sss, and quickly shut his notebook. Perry did the same right after. Sss. Huh, I knew why they were acting that way. When Mr. Thompson saw them trying to hide their notebooks, he made them open them in front of everyone. They shot me hateful glares, but had to comply. The class was shocked to see their notebooks filled with bizarre drawings.
How dare you insult me? It wasn't us. Milo did it.
Me? How can I have your notebooks? I don't do your homework, remember?
Perry was speechless. Both of them were punished to kneel with their hands raised outside the classroom all morning. After class, as I walked by, Perry muttered a threat.
I swear you'll regret being born. Perry, raise your hands higher.
I stuck my tongue out at them before running off. Revenge was sweet. I'd deal with the consequences later. I didn't even make it out of the dorm when Perry burst in, grabbed me, and slammed me against the wall.
You think this is funny? Even if the sky falls, I'm gonna give you a beating!
Perry swung his fist and I closed my eyes tightly, but the hit never came. Oliver had caught Perry's punch.
Stop it! Why? You hate him too! It's different now. He's someone special.
I looked at Oliver and he looked back at me. My heart skipped a beat. Could he have figured out I was a girl?
Because he's my sister's boyfriend.
What?
Hello?
Misha popped her head in from the door, her face beaming. It was the flower shop girl from the other night. Misha ran over, hugged me tightly, and kissed my cheek.
I had to ask my brothers to find out about you, my sweet boyfriend.
Who's your boyfriend?
What? I can't hear you.
Oliver glared at me and I could only gulp and nod. At least this way I solved Milo's problem. He wouldn't be bullied anymore. But now my brother had a clingy new girlfriend, Misha. Because of Misha's instructions, Oliver stuck to me like glue to make sure no other girl got close. One time, I was trying to eat lunch quickly to escape Oliver's watchful eyes, when he casually pointed at his cheek. What the fudge? What did he mean by that? It's so weird.
Just do it.
With his insistence, I closed my eyes and gave him a quick peck on the cheek. My face started burning up while Oliver stood there stunned. It's made me wish Perry were here to knock me out so I wouldn't have to face this humiliation. One morning, I went on a picnic in the park with Misha and Oliver. When Oliver went to buy drinks, Misha playfully leaned over the edge of the water and slipped in.
Help! I can't swim!
I panicked, not knowing what to do. I wanted to save her, but I couldn't swim either. And above all, I'd be exposed if I went into the water. Suddenly, another guy nearby jumped in and quickly pulled Misha to safety. As soon as they were on shore, Misha stormed over to me and slapped me hard.
You coward! I can't believe I liked you! We're done!
Like a gust of wind, Misha left with the guy, leaving me standing there stunned.
Did I miss something?
Misha, she just slapped me and dumped me.
Are you okay?
Oliver pulled me closer to check the mark on my cheek. Our faces were inches apart.
Milo, I can't hide my feelings anymore. I never knew I was gay until I met you again. There's something about you that makes my heart race.
What? The bully just confessed to me? No, he confessed to my brother. Oh my Molly Holly! My phone rang, breaking the awkward moment. The news I received was even more shocking. Perry was live streaming to the entire school, pulling out a wig and girl stuff from under my pillow.
Look what I found! Milo is a girl in disguise!
This was a bombshell in the boys' dorm. The principal was furious and threatened to expel Milo and to revoke his scholarship if it was true. Oliver was stunned too. He kept looking at me and then at his phone, stammering. I had to bring the real Milo here. There was no other way but to tell the whole truth on the way home, from how my brother was tormented by 2 bullies to how I pretended to be him for revenge. Oliver seemed relieved when he learned I was actually a girl. Milo met me at the door, horrified to see who was with me, but Oliver stepped forward and bowed in apology. After recounting everything that had happened, Milo agreed to return to school. Milo stepped onto the stage where everyone was watching with curious eyes. He prepared to open his shirt to prove he was a boy when Perry rushed over and yanked his hair.
That hurts! What the fudge are you doing? How can this be? I saw the wig and girl's binder in your stuff. Those are for cosplay!
Perry was then shunned by everyone and no longer dared to use his fist to solve problems. As for Oliver, he became my brother's protector and even feared him because Oliver wouldn't allow him to date me.